welcome to another LXG's Sunday News. I'm Belgrath97, this is...
Second Class Elitist.
And we're here because we're not at Gen Con.
Everybody, if you've had a great Gen Con weekend, good on you. If you've had a great Gen Cant weekend, good on you. If you're having a great Penzic weekend, you're not watching this, unless you got knocked out early and you're in traction.
And if you don't understand any of those three things, you probably hit this channel by accident.
That's pretty much it.
Alright, so...
I guess maybe, you know, we could put in the fact that, you know, Patrick Keith is having a Gen Won't weekend.
It's a Gen Won't.
Womp womp. Okay. Alright, that's enough of that conversation.
Alright. So...
I expected that conversation will... The thing that caused that conversation, I am in full good faith that will be resolved before the next Gen Con.
Okay.
I have a feeling that they're going to realize that they are trying to institute a policy that is not beneficial to their small market clientele.
Yeah, well...
And hopefully we'll change it.
Oh, I know that the people who are organizing it are not on board with the policy. It's
right.
It's stuff that they can't really control at the moment.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. So it is Gen Con weekend, or Gen Can weekend, or Penzic weekend, which means not a whole lot of stuff's going on, guys, honestly. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of tournaments going on, there's a whole bunch of contests, and there's a whole bunch of things that I don't have scores for, so...
Yeah, right. So maybe next week we'll have the updates and all that, because it's not done yet. We're filming on Saturday, and, you know, even if we were filming this on Sunday, it probably still wouldn't be done. So...
The Warzone tournament's done.
Yes. How come we don't have an update for that? Jim's slacking.
Jim's busy shuffling AVP sets at people.
Oh, right! Well, there is that. So, first bit of news. There are actually customers in America who have AVP.
Yay!
This is confirmed. Not us, though.
Boo!
Just saying.
That's okay.
That's all right.
It's because we're Gen Canting. If
If
we were there, we'd have
If we were Gen Conning, we'd have it.
Right. Okay.
So, those of you who are Gen Con who get AVP, I had nothing to do with the mugging that's coming. Anyway, alright, so moving on. Some Kickstarters that actually did launch this week.
Yeah.
For those of you who, you know, still paying attention to that kind of stuff and weren't worried about Gen Con.
If any of you manage to still have any money, it's automated terrain.
Oh, okay.
If any of you have any money that hasn't been thrown at Gen Con or Gen Canting or whatever else this week, a couple good projects. And by the way, most of them are 6 RPC approved.
I was going to say, I think you went too many M's there.
There's a couple. It's a really big mountain.
Oh, okay.
Because some terrain and some pre-painted models. All right. And
they don't count, right?
Pre-painted models probably
the
not.
Automated terrain is
You
scaring me.
didn't roll fast enough. You need to roll far.
That motor's not working right, apparently.
No.
All right. So, speaking of actually motors,
yeah,
it's a good segue.
It is a good segue.
Integrated Wargame Buildings. Very, very cool Kickstarter that has tons and tons of MDF buildings with light kits and motorized bits. Motorized bits. There's a power station that literally has a turbine motor running. That one was too strong.
Well, that was good. That was good.
No, but it's off the table.
That's fine.
Okay. What if I'd like to go model with it, though?
Then it's off the table.
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound fair. I'm going to keep it out of that pathway.
Vulnerable one.
Yeah, okay. There's one that has a satellite dish that literally spins around, and I was like, I want. So far, both of those I want. There's the Prometheum pump, which looks like an oil pump, but.
Just imagine that on the Mars table.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a nice centerpiece.
Cool. It is. There are actually 12 different.
Yeah, there's like a dozen different buildings.
Yes.
Plus some objectives. Not only are the objectives cool, because they're not like 40mm tiny objectives. We're talking like things about this size that you can use to, you know, block up terrain. Really good stuff. So,
actually, there's more than 12. Because I just realized the spire isn't pictured in this image I'm looking at. Spire. Big terrain, like these are decently, really nice sized buildings. They're not little chinsky.
And they're not expensive, guys.
Yeah.
Like you can pick these up.
The most expensive one was $47.
Yeah.
And that was the building with the motorized turbine.
Yeah, that is an MDF building that is 3 to 5 stories tall and has lights and motorized components.
It was only
$50.
Yeah.
You know, or some companies will hand you something roughly the size of a trophy for $50 in terrain. So
I don't know what companies you're referring to.
Other wargaming companies.
The other wargaming companies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, honestly, guys, integrated wargaming, wargame buildings. Wargame-model-mods.co.uk, website for the company that's putting these together. Kickstarter, 30 days to go, 38 backers, already funded.
Yep. You're getting your stuff.
You're getting your stuff!
Which is going to be a trend this week, by the way.
Absolutely. Alright. So, there's a company out there.
That makes, techno tumbleweeds.
Techno Tumbleweeds, is that what those are?
That's what those
are. That's making rubber mats similar to the one we have in front of us here. All kinds of different patterns, all kinds of different styles.
3x3, 4x4, 4x6. Designed for wargaming. Some are designed for card games. Some are designed for space battle. Anything you could want. And
all right. So the name of the Kickstarter is ProMatz. It's made by a company called Matz. And Matz would spell with a Z. So PROMATZ. All one word.
Yep.
And Matz is GAME space MATZ. Go figure. 15 days to go. Also already funded. Yay. 65 backers.
Already in the stretch goals. More patterns coming out.
Yes. And like there's some really nice patterns. Like there's the one pattern that really, when you were showing it to me, that got me was the grass field with the paths through it.
Yep.
Like works for multiple types of games, works for multiple scales.
Yeah, and the multiple scales on that is really neat because what I realized was that board is not only going to be perfect for like Ark World or any fantasy setting that's going to be like pseudo-European, pseudo-England kind of thing. These mats are also going to be perfect for Flames of War.
Absolutely. Those paths become roads.
Exactly. Because
that's the brilliance of that type of
28 millimeter to 10 millimeter scale's a thing, and it works well.
Yep, absolutely.
Also on this Kickstarter, if you buy any 4 mats, you get 1 free.
And it's a mix and match on designs. You don't have to get 4 of the same design.
Right. And sizes, like I said, $55 for a 3x3, all the way up to $99 for a 4x6. $99 for a 4x6 is actually really good.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's very few tables. Yeah. It's worth looking at, guys.
Because normally one of these in a 2x2 is going to run you 20 to 25 bucks.
Right.
Minimum, depending on where you get it.
So 2x2 to a 4x6, you're looking at 6 of those.
Right.
And now you're at $150.
Yeah.
So
it's a good price.
Yep. All right.
Might be picking up a couple of those just so we have them for
tournament play. Yeah, because it's an easy extra table.
We got enough buildings at this point.
Right. That we need more tables.
I mean, we've got the Dead Zone one here that Allie finished up. We've got the Impudent Mortal table we're working on. I need. Wait till you guys see that. That might be next week or the week after. Wait, it's going to be fun.
It's worth it.
But we got our commission figurines altar table.
Absolutely.
We've got stuff that I've actually built, but at this point we've got the dust.
The dust table doubles, right?
So, but at this point we're running short on baseboards. And honestly, one of the nice things about the mats is from a tournament organizer's perspective, man, these things are easy to stock, easy to ship, easy to move, and easy to clean up.
Easy to store.
Yep.
Like literally, you don't have to have space for 12 4x4 pieces of plywood.
Yep.
You need enough space to fold one of these up and be done.
Fold 12 of them.
But still, a lot less space in storage.
Much.
All right. So, next Kickstarter.
Okay.
This guy, I actually said to you, I was very surprised. It's the first time I've seen a Kickstarter with this enterprise. It's another franchise or what's the word I'm looking for? IP. Yeah. That's the word I'm looking for. Property that I was like, wow, no one's ever done anything with it before, and you pointed out that's because the IP is actually 2 different copyrights.
Yeah, and also there was just a board game.
Right.
Which we talked about, I believe. I don't remember if we did. I know that I spent a gajillion dollars on it, so.
Well, there you go. All right, so.
Because I needed a camel.
That was a double barrel.
Apparently that's why the one waited.
It knocked over a fence.
It did.
It did.
No more cover.
I know, right? Well, I could hide behind one of these things. Are they like the Techno Tumbleweeds from the game we played that time that ate my arm?
Probably.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, they're making faces at me behind the camera, just so you know. Alright. So, Conan. How come there's never been a Conan Wargame before? Like, I'm stunned that someone has bought this property and made a game out of it.
Well,
you did point out
I will also counter another reason.
Okay.
You're going to make a war game. Mass combat war game.
Sure.
Around a dude and the 4 people he travels with. The mass war game becomes 200 versus 5.
Sounds about right. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, there was a lot of world history to Hyboria
Tons.
and all of those books
Yep.
that you could expand upon. And I get that it's Conan, and so that's the focus of all the stories. But there's other history there to be played with.
And I think they're doing a good job with that with
I
this
do.
one, from what I've seen.
So it's called Conan: Rise of Monsters by Pulposaurus Entertainment. I think I said that right.
Unfortunately, you did.
Okay. 28 days to go. This one not funded yet. $78,605 as of right now of a $250,000 goal. There is one major glaring issue I have with this Kickstarter.
Well, there's a couple.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start with mine first.
All right.
If you need $250,000 to make your project work, there's two things you're telling me. Number one, while you probably paid for your art and while you paid for your 3D renders,
You have no models.
you have no molds yet.
Nope.
Number two, and I'm not going to be 100% sure on this one, but I'm leaning in the direction of if you need $250,000 to launch your property, I think you've secured the copyright, but I don't think you've paid the advance on it yet.
Or if you have, you did it via borrowing money.
Yeah.
And you need to pay that back.
Right.
That's a fair, I think those are both fair points.
Yeah. At which point, my concern, and this is nothing against Pulposaurus, but this is a property that's going to be expensive to run, and mass combat games are going to require a lot of models and a lot of molds, and if you need that much starting out, as a backer, and again, I'm not familiar with this company at all,
Right.
I'm not familiar with
Who you are,
a
what you've done.
property that's going to need $1 million plan to succeed. First time out of the gate, I don't know who you are, I'm a little bit leery. Yeah, somebody hopefully will correct me and say, no, Pulposaurus has done this and this and this, and this is their 4th Kickstarter, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I can check the Kickstarter part. First created, 0 backed.
So this is a company that's never existed on Kickstarter as far as any of us know. And here's the other problem that I have, that you need $250,000 to start your game. Whatever your reasons are to get that number, okay, fine, that's the number you need. I don't know that you can do it with what you've put on the table.
Please explain why. I don't disagree with you, but they weren't here for the pregame.
Yes, alright, so
One of these days we need to film a pregame call.
it would actually be kind of cool, I think.
Yeah.
They should see how we pregame this stuff. Of course, they'll see you out of your jacket. Alright, just saying.
Well, it'll break the. It'll be like seeing Mickey Mouse without the hat on.
Or without ears, I know. It'd just be like, what is no?
Shatter the illusion.
What is that?
I don't actually live in polo shirts and, well, actually I do live in polo shirts, but I don't actually live in sports jackets.
All right, so to explain what I was.
Please explain.
I'm going to explain right now. It only has 2 factions to start, which I've seen done in Kickstarters before. And then they have outlined up to $1.2 million for your updates, for their, what is the word I'm looking for?
Stretch goals?
Stretch goals, thank you very much. And not a one of them is another faction. So, actually, I think you said it. A war game with only 2 factions is a board game.
Yep. A war game with only 2 factions is a board game. A war game with 3 factions is a board game with options.
Yep.
And a war game with 4 factions or more is a war game.
Again, I've seen games launch with less than 4 in their initial Kickstarter, with 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 being additions that happened as you went forward.
Right.
I don't know that you can get enough people interested in just playing one of 2 different armies. That's why I think you need 3 and 4 for a successful launch.
Now, if you're only going to pick 2 Hyborian forces,
They picked the right ones.
Conan the King, sure. The armies of Thoth Amon and the lands of Sept.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Yes.
They really, if you're only going to pick 2, they did a good job. The problem is that you have so many more options in Hyboria.
You're going to get people who want to wait.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you've shown me that there are currently, I don't believe that there are any plans to do anything beyond this. You've not given me any indication that you want to do something with this world after this launch.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's your ultimate plan. I'm saying there's nothing here in the Kickstarter that makes me go, oh, okay, there's definitely going to be more after this.
And my third one, you're describing this as a mass combat game that starts with 16 models.
And that's the thing. You said mass combat, and I said how many models, and you said you can play 15 on 15, and I went, okay. And there's not enough rules ideas on the page to make me understand how you're going to do it. That we like make mass combat. You've got a great enterprise here, Conan, and if you love Conan, you're probably backing this. 457 of you already have.
And again, I'm one of them. It has Conan's name on it.
I know, I probably will as well because it's Conan and Conan's awesome.
Also, one other thing, this might sway some people, and I think it's a great idea. The models pre-painted.
And actually, look, from what we've seen, the expected standard is good.
Yes.
So like you're not going to go pre-painted and they're like the old D&D pre-painted ones that some of them look like somebody went with a paintbrush.
Yeah.
Just saying.
My favorite one was the old wizard, the dude in I believe the green robes where his hand was the same color as the robe.
Oh no, that wasn't the worst. Did you ever see the Frost Dwarfs, the Ice Dwarfs?
No.
Oh yeah, they had like white beards, or supposed to have white beards, that were like, if this is the beard, it was like white. Like one strip of white, like off-centered.
Nice.
Yes, and the rest of it blue. It was bad. But anyway, it definitely looks like it'll be higher quality than that.
Yes. Yeah. Again, quality of the models, quality of the sculpts, the names involved in this project, from the independent contractor's perspective, names that I know and recognize. Like there's some good people involved in this project. But I don't know the company, and I don't know your rules. And if you're trying to sell me a mass combat game, which is a great thing to try to sell right now because one just went belly up.
Oh, they go belly up and said, we quit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're still around. They're just doing something different.
Yeah. So, I mean, figures look great. The cards look great. It has a lot of potential, but I need to see a little bit more.
I need confidence that there's going to be something beyond 2 armies and some expansions.
Now, to be fair, there's a gameplay video that I've not yet had a chance to watch yet, so maybe that will, completely rock, and I'll throw another $150 on top of the $150 I already did at it. But
yeah,
I'd really like to see this be awesome, and at the moment, I'm not. Out of the 3 Kickstarters that we've talked about so far, it pains me that Conan is the one that I am least excited about. A, throwing money at, and B, sure that it's going to give me models.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because, Conan doesn't tolerate failure. These guys at Pulposaurus, they're going to get their door kicked in the middle of the night by, rabid, Hyborian barbarian.
Yep. Or barbarians, as we can call some people who play war games.
Yeah.
They don't bathe like barbarians, some of them.
No.
Yep, just saying.
No.
Alright, I think we've kind of given all of our...
Guys, Pulposaurus, if any of you manage to get this third party whatever, and you see this video, we're not trying to kill your Kickstarter.
No.
We're trying to
say
this is what we want to see you guys succeed. Because I don't think you're going to get $250,000 unless these things get addressed. Third playable faction, possible play testable rules, or just an open version of some of the rules so we can see more about how the play works. And honestly, what they've shown of the model so far is great, but it's a lot of art and not a lot of sculpt.
Yeah, there's only a few sculpted models that we've seen.
Right.
There's enough holes here that if your goal was $100,000, you'd be fine.
Yeah. If your goal was $100,000, you'd hit $250.
Right. But needing $250, we've done enough Kickstarters that might be considered Kickstarter experts by some people.
As if such a thing can exist.
Yes.
But yes.
And these are the questions that we have, and we're not the only ones, and we're your customer base. We're the people who will throw $150 at crazy stuff because it looks awesome and cool. We want to throw more money at your product, but there's too many companies, there's too many people out there and too many companies that have burned that bridge, that faith doesn't exist the way it used to on Kickstarter.
Yep.
So, definitely want you to address some of what we brought up, and if you do, we will come back and say they've addressed it. Go spend your money.
Go throw money at it. Yep.
All right. So there you go. That
Oh,
motor.
that one failed. That needs to go again.
I was gonna say that motor over there has got some issues.
Okay.
Some
That's
real
even
issues.
worse.
It's got bad aim. I don't know what's going on. Play with the motor. Play with the motor. Play with the motor. Yay!
All right.
All right. So, want to do this one next?
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
talk about something that's not Kickstarter related in this hobby.
Wait, there's no Kickstarters not in this hobby? What?
Well, it's okay. Actually,
I was gonna say.
I'm mistaken. Let's talk about something that is
Isn't-
Kickstarter related but isn't ready to Kickstart.
Start. Yes. I was gonna say.
Wah,
Wah, wah. Pulp City
Yes.
released the two. Well, they released the names and the front of the cards
Yep.
for the two new leaders for their two factions that are going to be their next Kickstarter.
Yep. Guys, if you play Pulp City, if you don't play Pulp City, you're going to like these factions. But if you play Pulp City, oh my god, I can't tell you some of the awesome things that are coming for these two factions. Trust me, if these two factions coming out doesn't change the list of models that you generally bring, if you like swapping in models from other factions and don't play a pure faction list, if these two teams don't change the list you bring on a regular basis, you didn't read their cards. Because I'm telling you, I've got a model right now that is going to be going into retirement as soon as I get these guys.
All right. So I'm just going to read you the little blurb here and see
Go
if you
for it.
can't figure out who this isn't.
It's an homage.
Yes.
Homage, which is French for ripped off.
Yes.
Okay.
Colonel John Schneider, America's
John
greatest.
what?
Schneider.
Schneider?
Schneider.
Schneider?
Shush.
Okay.
How about that? John Schneider, America's greatest hero, the man who became Spybreaker, volunteered for an experimental process to combat the emerging threat of the enemy supremes in wartime. The only survivor of the Lusk Vanderbeek process that saw the sacrifice of dozens of the best and bravest. Spybreaker was the hero of the home front before taking to the front line, valiantly leading the Supreme Alliance and defending the American way against the Axis. It was during the Cold War, during the Red Republic, that Spybreaker and his team were lost, and the shadow fell across the greatest generation of Supremes. I mean, all they didn't go with was he was frozen in ice and thawed to be found again later. Just saying.
He's got a nice patriotic color scheme.
It does have a nice patriotic color scheme. And a shield.
Well, yeah,
Of course.
because he's a defender.
Yeah.
Defenders use shields.
Defenders use shields. Wait, he's a what?
He's a defender. Defender of freedom.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were mentioning some new, player class in...
No.
He's a leader, though.
Yeah,
Right,
he's a leader.
He's a leader.
I'm sorry if I just confused anybody. He is the leader for the group. Defender is not a character. Is not a.
I thought you had
a
just let
model
something
class.
slip. Okay. And continuing with their Pulp 80s theme, the opposite faction is, USSR, Soviet Union based,
Yep.
Russia, the Cold War, and they're all cult themed models, I heard a rumor.
Not all of them, but
The
pretty
leader
much.
definitely is, yes.
There's a good amount of cold theme going on, so
So, honestly, you've got
might get snowy bases. That's all I'm saying.
human snowy bases. How many armies will this be?
Fifth?
Fifth? Is that all? I think you're more than that. Aren't you like 7?
No.
No.
Are we counting bases that aren't predominantly snowy and just have some snow on them?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, 9.
9. Okay.
Sorry.
He's got a thing for snow. Mainly because he does it well.
It's not only that I do it well. It's a texture and a technique that I think is underutilized in the hobby. So I like to try to use it.
Yep.
And in the days before purchasable dynamic bases, building up snow and making rocks out of tree bark was kind of one of the easiest ways to make really cool bases.
Yeah, and it makes your base look awesome for very, very little effort and money.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. So actually, reading over these two entries, I got very excited for what's coming. Now, do we have any idea on a Kickstarter launch date on this?
I don't have anything specific. I believe it is going to be September-y.
September-y?
September-y,
I don't think
which is
that's
to
a month.
say mid-September, October.
So September, October-ish?
It is somewhere between September-y and October-esque.
Okay, somewhere in there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
With a little bit of ish thrown in?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, look forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to seeing where that goes. I'm not looking forward to this man, playing with his, his not captain, his colonel models
He's not the one on the list.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to seeing your list then.
All right. Not spoiling anything.
I don't think you can. You're not allowed.
But the for the good guy forces, the one of their support characters.
Yeah.
I really like the way the character is designed. I like characters and games that involve a lot of synergy. And it's one of the reasons why I'm really excited about Pulp City a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when you only have 3 models on the table, the models interact synergistically.
Yep.
This is a model that is so synergistic, it buffs itself in order to buff other characters. Like, the amount of synergy and timing required for this support to be maximum efficiency is really, really keen.
Cool.
I think it is a character that is average playability if you don't do it well. But I think that if you do your timing runs just right on this and you have the zen of this character locked down, it's going to be game changing.
There you go. And that's the kind of stuff that you and I kind of like.
Oh yeah. Ah, so good.
Finding the right way to play something.
You're
like, that's what they meant to do with that. All right, so.
And then, go on to Professor.
Oh,
Professor Hammer.
Professor Hammer.
Equal time for villains, man.
All right, well, the other one just was much more obvious what it was. That's why I did. Okay. So, Professor Hammer, the renowned Russian professor, Maximilian Mikhailovich Zolotov. I think I said that right.
Not even close, but keep going.
All right, whatever. Is a veteran of the World War II. After a military career distinguished by his trademark win-at-all-costs attitude, he turned his mind to science. His work sought to create supremes through genetic manipulation and cybernetics. After a lab accident, he designed his own replacement limbs in Cyberjaw. How did he replace his limbs without limbs?
Well, he didn't necessarily lose all 4.
So he used his toes?
Maybe he had one arm.
Okay.
He's a scientist. He used his
I'm just
brain.
looking at that picture, and there's 2 metallic hands. That's all I'm saying.
Now.
Okay. His brilliant mind was directly involved in the creation of every member of the Red Republik, and in one way or another. Under his leadership, the Red Republik terrorized the free world for years until the mysterious disappearance.
Yep.
It had nothing to do with the other guys. The
Hero faction.
Hero faction. Supreme Alliance. Thank you very much for my brain coming back to me. It was on vacation. It was a Gen Con.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
Did it bring me back any figures?
No, it doesn't have any hands.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah. Brains without hands, useless. I'm just saying. No, actually,
I wonder if Ellie has any models that are just brains and hands.
No, she doesn't have any. She has brains and tentacles.
Yeah, brains and tentacles.
Not brains and hands.
Not brains and hands. We'll have to work on that. Oh. Mr. Keith, sculpt me a model that's brains and hands.
While you're Gen Wonting.
Yes.
So those are the two leaders for the 2 factions. I'm very excited to see what they do with them because Pulp City is a really, 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 really fun game.
And again, it's going to be this Kickstarter is going to be nice for anybody that missed the first one, that wants to get in on the game. 2 brand new factions that are just really well tested and really well designed to work by themselves or added into other forces. If you're just getting into the game, you'll be able to bounce in with this Kickstarter and have 1 or 2 teams ready to go. If you're a veteran of the game and you have one of everything already, Collector's Pledge! Then you're going to need to get these to maintain your one of everything.
Now, I actually have a question for you because I know you know a little bit about how this Kickstarter is going to go.
Well, maybe.
A little bit. Is there any chance that the models that are in the current rulebook that aren't out yet will be part of this upcoming Kickstarter?
To my knowledge, this Kickstarter is just going to be Red Republic and Supreme Alliance.
Okay.
There are other projects going forward which are going to be releasing some of the other characters, as well as they've been updating the website with some of the characters that they didn't have finished in time for the Kickstarter. Example, 1,000 Voices can currently be bought on pulpcity.com, even though he wasn't available in the Kickstarter, but he's in the rulebook.
Yes. Well, I know there's a couple models that like especially there's Gwenahar, which I really would like to see how that plays out.
Chimpanzer.
There's Chimpanzer, which from the gallery back there. There's a few models I know that people are looking forward to seeing. So maybe some idea of Pulp City of when these might be coming would be nice.
One of the things I'm liking about this line is that they're pretty much constantly releasing new stuff. So
I don't really have a whole lot to
they'll be
complain
coming.
about. They're coming. I'm just throwing it out there because there's something I want.
Yeah.
And I'm a gamer, and I want. All right.
Gamers gonna want.
All right. Anything else?
Well, yeah.
Anything else in Pulp City?
No, I think we're good on this one.
All right. So, Bombshells Miniatures is on here.
Babes 2.
Babes 2.
We just discussed, September-ish to October-esque.
September-ish.
Got a little bit of a teaser from Mr. Patrick Keith regarding the Counterblast, regarding the Bombshell Babes 2 Kickstarter. By the way, subrant, if you have not yet put in your Counterblast Heavy Support Kickstarter rewards, go to the website, finish that up, get in what you want so that Bombshell knows how much to order of everything to make sure that everybody's covered.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you, there is nothing that holds a game designer up at night and makes them lose sleep like the idea of, I have 5 outstanding backers that are each $150 and they're going to want 15 copies of the same model, all of them.
Yep.
And I'm not going to have enough to support it. Like, honestly, guys, this happens to people. So,
because a good businessman tries to figure out how to deal with the worst case scenario.
right.
So don't let them stress.
Yeah, don't just go in, put in your pledge, let them know what you want, and we'll get them faster. It's
Right.
good stuff. But a little bit of information on Bombshell Babes 2. Patrick was giving me a little bit of a teaser about it yesterday, which was cool because I needed something good to happen yesterday.
Well, yesterday was a day. It did eventually end.
It did. The best thing about yesterday was it ended.
Yes.
Today is Saturday. We're talking about Friday.
Friday was a bad day.
Friday was a bad day. Personal things happened. Business things happened. Mark, man, I still feel, Rowdy
There's stuff
Piper,
I don't.
rest in peace.
There's other stuff I don't even know about.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff yesterday.
Right. Oh yeah, and the Rowdy. I spoke over the Rowdy Piper. Rowdy Piper, rest in peace.
Yeah.
It's a bit of our childhood, me and him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up to you, buddy. So, yeah.
I'm only good at 2 things: kicking butt, and I can't say the other
Chewing
one.
bubblegum.
And chewing bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
All out of them.
It might be my next call. That might be what I say from every tournament game going forward for a while.
Nice.
Just saying.
Should also show up in a kilt and a white shirt. That's doable.
That's definitely doable. We're going kilt shopping this week.
All right.
Just so I can do it. And that's why I'm showing up to every tournament for the next year.
Nice.
White t-shirt in a kilt, and I'm just going to say that line before every game. That's
awesome.
it. Yep.
Okay.
Moving forward.
Now you know what his new outfit's going to be for the Sunday News from now on.
I might be.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, Bombshell Babes 2. September, more than likely second week in September or September 15th to make life easy. There's going to be a bunch of new sculpts of Babes that will be in the initial list.
Babes 2's going to have new sculpts of Babes?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
But there will be some in the initial list.
Okay.
There will be some that are stretch goals.
Okay.
There will be sidekicks that are stretch goals.
Okay, that's cool.
And there is something that is going to be called relics, which I expect are, for those of you that watched the last 2 Kickstarters, Patrick Keith made gear kits that were 3 to 5 pieces of equipment that were all on a sprue, and those were made available free to backers in the bomb kit. Relics are going to be free to backers in the bomb kit, and I expect that relics are going to be those kind of things again.
Gotcha.
But more perhaps like when a Victorian babe gets unlocked, there may be a Victorian bomb relic.
Okay.
If it is a aquatic themed model like the one he
Awesome.
already has, it might be an aquatic themed kit.
Gotcha.
There won't be one for every release,
Oh,
but
why not?
because he's got to make money somewhere. But yeah, there's going to be some of those available. So a lot of good stuff coming. If you haven't pre-ordered your minions, guess what? you're not pre-ordering those mini bots anymore. They're just freaking order now because it's August. So
This is true. So if you want little mini bots.
Mini bots.
There's the itty bitty one right
Mini
there.
bots. Trying to hold up so the camera can see mini bots.
There's no way the camera's going to see that mini bot.
The camera's going to see that mini bot right there. Actually, you know what? Camera's going to see this mini bot right here. And the camera's going to focus on this mini bot when it gets hit by a techno tumbleweed. Come on.
Nope.
Bowling for minions. Oh, you missed. Okay. Let's try one more. One more. It's hard. It's trying to hit him from the side. Failure. And horrible. But you know what? Plink. I don't miss. So. But yeah. So mini bots. August availability. Good stuff.
You're getting pouty faced.
I am getting pouty faced, but that's okay because no one else can see the pouty. It's pretty bad. Okay.
It's a bad pouty face.
You know what makes the pouty face go away?
What?
The fact that those mini bots are in the mail.
There's the pouty face gone.
Yay!
Alright, so here's me ready, my pouty face. Because I didn't get it.
You didn't get any mini bots?
But I can order them now.
You can order them.
I can order them now, yes. No, so very cool.
Very
Good
cool.
information.
Very cool. For those of you who are catching this Sunday, and if you play Malifaux, there's still the Gen Con sale for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So you probably want to get in on that, especially if you want the Dark Gardevoir, which is one of the best things ever.
He's not excited at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
I know.
I might build a whole flipping table just for that faction. I'm terrified. Yup.
It'll be a terrifying moment for me as I look at carnivals going, well, I'm never going to another carnival in my lifetime. Because this man scares me sometimes.
I'm good at what I do.
Yes, you are. Alright. Anything else?
I mean, unfortunately, I think that's about it. There's not a whole lot going on because it's Gen Con.
It's Gen Con or Gen Can't or...
It's Gen Con Can't Won't weekend.
Yes.
So, I think that's about all I got. You got anything else you want to throw in on that?
I think there's actually something on the table we're supposed to
Well,
show.
we're going to do
show and tell.
Now that we're done all the news.
Yep, yeah, so show and tell's up. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure we didn't miss it.
Going to show you guys a couple of really cool Pulp City models while we're talking about Pulp City.
Mm-hmm. Which we were talking about Pulp City just that long ago. The back button.
Two powerhouse models.
Powerhouses? What are powerhouses? I'm not being difficult. I actually would like you to explain what a powerhouse is to the audience.
Powerhouse models are models that are generally on larger bases and generally have more force and punch behind them. Although the entire game is based on an action point system, and the drawback to powerhouses is they do not give you any action points. You need other models to basically spur them on.
Yes.
So
if you're going to use them, you have to build your list with the idea that they need help.
All right. So we're going to start with this one, which you guys have already seen. That's why we're going to start there. You saw it in mid-work, but this is Allie's Chromag model. So,
Really gorgeous.
it's a beautiful model. That is a 40mm base.
Mm-hmm.
And there was actually, believe it or not, it's good that we have this one out,
Mm-hmm.
because apparently there was a Chromag that was painted and entered in the painting competition at Gen Con.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, you know, a little bit of a shout out there for Pulp City. They did it in the
Traditional
book
blues.
correct blue scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Allie decided to go for a more Neanderthalically correct flesh tone scheme.
Okay.
But I mean, really good stuff. This base is, I'm going to get this name wrong right now.
We've shown this base before.
The base is from, I know because I ordered it in the Kickstarter, so I'm just going to look up my Kickstarter history real quick.
That's not Kickstarter history.
It's getting there.
I guess.
The base is from Dragon Forge Design.
Gotcha.
If you wanted to
Order them.
order them, these are actually now up on their website at this point. The website, which I can't find right now, but you're going to see it in the link below.
Dragonforge.com.
There we go. So this is Dragon Forge base. Again, model available from PulpCity.com. Base available from DragonForge.com. Paint job not available because Allie doesn't sell her stuff. So that's that guy. And then...
Yeah, this is the one that... this is the other one, right?
And then you're going to hear a yay from offstage from Allie because Allie won the model exchange.
Woo! And we all agree she won the model exchange, even though everyone got a model.
Everybody got a model. Everybody got some good painted stuff. There was a model that Allie was actually afraid to paint because she couldn't figure out what she wanted to do with it. And she got Devin, and Devin very nicely obliged by giving her a soul golem.
Devin, if you're watching this, and I hope you're watching this.
He's watching this.
This is one of the most gorgeous models I have ever seen.
I mean, the edge highlighting is nice. The airbrush work and wash work on the skin.
Yeah.
It just gives a perfectly modeled, dead kind of look. I really hope the camera picks this up well because in person this model is...
It's gorgeous.
So stunning.
I mean, honestly, it's an envy. That's a centerpiece painted model.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous, which is, you know, Devin, you did an awesome job, and mad props.
It's literally getting that model in.
Mm-hmm.
Allie switched from doing the Forgotten,
Mm-hmm.
trying to paint them through first. She actually, switched gears from the Forgotten and is going into her Necroplane.
Just so she can play with the model?
Just so that she can play with the model that she wasn't sure she wanted to use before because she didn't know how to paint it.
Absolutely.
So, Devin, man.
Good job.
Good job.
Absolutely good
Great
job.
work. And that thing is hideous.
And sexy.
I am so not looking forward to running into that on a table.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it'll look good murdering my stuff, but it's going to be.
Well, you couldn't.
My
You
stuff.
couldn't be asked to be killed by anything more prettier.
It's kind of ugly, actually. I mean, it's ugly in a pretty way, but
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous in an ugly way.
yeah. Gorgeous in an ugly way. All right.
All right. Guys, that's our Sunday news, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much done. I mean, this was a short show, but Gen Con Can't Won't weekend. What do you want?
Yeah, exactly. Not a whole lot went on this week because everyone was at Gen Con Can't Won't. Alright, so please don't forget, like, subscribe, tell your friends, smoke signals. Get us more people watching the show.
Absolutely.
Yes. And my name is Belgraph97. This is
Second Class Elitist.
Till next time, guys.
Hey, look, I made
The
it.
motor worked.
He is calling out for souls, and in dreams he will promise to the powers of old. War has begun on this eve of corruption, and the days the prophets warned us of have come.
We're not out yet. You're getting weapons, I think. Just cause?
Just cuss.
Okay.
Why not at this point, right?
Yeah. You ready?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I mean, it's not getting any cooler.
No, it ain't.
It's not gonna get. Oh, you can fan it.
Yeah. Turn off the whirring noise that's in the background.
I don't know if it's going to do much good because I have a whirring noise out that window, which is definitely somebody's air compressor for their air conditioner.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Can't stop that.
No.
Well, I can, but
Well, we can, but again, film.
that's generally considered ungood.
All right, time to roll.
Hold on.
Oh, that was good.
That was.
Wow.
What the
That was
fuck
good.
was that?
Small demons,
That was
leave them
an
alone.
That wasn't that small, hon.
That was That was an essay. That was in fact a
Woo!
treatise.
That was a dissertation if ever I heard one.
I don't even know what that was.
I don't know because it changed like tone and vibrato mid belch.
All right, so
I was not so small.
Just wait till the smell gets to you.
Van's going that way. We're good. So,